How do you create a growth mindset? We hear so much about growth mindsets, don't we? Quite trendy at the moment. Well, a growth mindset involves shifting your perspective. It involves shifting the way you look at things and looking at them a little bit differently, particularly if you're the kind of person who isn't confident about learning and self-development. It's really a case of you haven't considered that you can improve things, but with a growth mindset, you're open to change, but you recognize it will happen over time. You're not going to transition immediately, but you will begin the journey and you will begin to see the rewards. So a growth mindset means that you recognize your intelligence and your ability to learn ongoingly. Look, I was going to say nobody's a member of Mensa, but that can't be right because Mensa does have members, but not many of us are. And so therefore, whilst we might not pick things up immediately, eventually with practice and with commitment and dedication, we will get there. And this is what is key and pivotal to a growth mindset. Now look, there are two types of mindsets, and if you read Carol Dweck's works, you're going to understand the fundamentals of a growth mindset. Dweck is spelled Dweck is spelled D-W-E-C-K-S. Her first name is Carol, C-A-R-O-L. This will help you to understand the fundamentals of a growth mindset, but I'm going to share some of the basics with you now, okay? Recognize that a growth mindset views your abilities as improvable. That's the basic foundation of it. Whereas you see a fixed mindset says, this is it, this is me, this is who I am at this stage of my life. A growth mindset says, nope, things can change. I can grow, I can develop, I can improve, I can learn, I can do better. That's the growth mindset. And in order to have the growth mindset, you need to be able to embrace challenges. That's number two. A growth mindset means you actively seek opportunities to come out of your comfort zone. How about that? I love that version of you. The version of you that says, yeah, I'm comfortable right now, but I could do more. And you say, right, I'm coming out of my comfort zone. I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to learn this. I'm going to get on this course. And you view opportunities and challenges as ways in which to grow and to develop. Number three, change your self-talk. That's really important. But let me come back to two a little bit. When faced with challenges and setbacks, you must be persistent. You can't give up because we're always faced with challenges and setbacks. And so it's really helpful if you journal to reflect on challenges and setbacks. And I have a journal. I have the notebook journal that I sell and also the dream, plan and do journal. They are a little different, but do connect with me. I'll guide you through to my WhatsApp account and you can purchase there. Postage free, okay? Enough advertising. Coming back to the subject at hand, do consider your self-talk. That's number three. Self-talk is very important. You have to replace fixed statements with other statements. You know, we have these statements that will very easily come to mind. And so instead of saying, I can't do this, you would say, I can do this eventually. I will be able to do this. I can't do it yet, but I will. You might say, this is bigger than me. Yeah, it might feel like that sometimes. This one is bigger than me. However, what you will say is, I will get past it. This seems bigger than me, but I will get past it. And what about, I'm getting nowhere? You are getting somewhere. So I'm getting nowhere becomes I'm growing. I'm improving, I'm getting somewhere. Look, it will happen gradually. There are times you'll feel frustrated. There are times you'll feel this isn't working, it's all coming apart. But with a growth mindset, as you remain positive, you will eventually see that it pays off. And remember this, I love this confession. Every day, in every way, I am becoming a better version of me. How awesome is that? I love it. And I say this myself every day in every way. I'm becoming a better version of me. I trust my intuition and my authenticity. This is me. Encourage yourself. Be kind. You know, I often talk about your self-talk. Keep it positive. Be your own coach. Be your own coach. First thing in the morning, coach yourself. Say, come on, Janette, let's go. Time to get up. We've got a whole day to get on. We've got things to do. We've got places to be. Our mountain is waiting. We're going to get climbing. So be your own coach and encourage yourself in tough times and say, listen, yesterday was horrendous. I reckon today might be better. Today will be a better day. I could get my breakthrough today. Do you know what? I'm releasing my faith. I'm going to get my breakthrough today. Number 4, learn from criticism. Look, Criticism hurts, it's painful, we don't like it. No one likes to be told that this isn't good, or this isn't great, or you're not amazing, you're not wonderful, you're not brilliant, or you could have done this better. But you have to begin to view criticism as a way to learn. Some of our harshest critics are people who will criticize us when they're angry. They may want to say it in a negative way, but sometimes there might be a little ounce of truth in what's being said. Listen out for it and see, is it just bitterness, or is there an ounce of truth that we can grasp, hold on to, transition and use for change? I love to use it. It could be your pivot place. The place of criticism, the place of pain could be your pivot place. It could be the place from which you say, I'm not going to have anyone accuse me of that again, because I recognize it's true. That is something that is in me. I am flawed, but I'm going to resolve it. So reflect on feedback. And number 5, celebrate your effort and your progress. I'm all for celebrations. I'm becoming a better version of me. I love that. I have mini celebrations. It doesn't have to be a big celebration. You could have a mini celebration, call a friend and say, hey, you'll never guess what happened. I mean, somebody you trust, someone you believe in, someone you can share with, and just say, hey, you'll never believe what happened today. I had this victory. I'm all for posting about my social media to my close friends and family. And I'll just take a screenshot of a particularly popular post and say, look at this. This has gone really well. So celebrate your small victories, okay? Recognize the effort that you're putting in to transitioning and changing and making this happen for you. Reward yourself for your persistence. Go for a walk, have a warm cup of tea if that's what you like. I'm that age, like a cup of tea. Have whatever you like, glass of Baileys, I don't know, whatever goes for you, but celebrate your success with something small. Keep a journal or a log and write down your achievements and accomplishments. It's really important. Get your achievements and accomplishments down in your journal so that they are dated and you can reflect on them. It's a wonderful thing to do. And number 6, cultivate a passion for lifelong learning. Once you start to get that stimuli going on inside of you, you actually will not want to stop. You're going to be looking for your next thing to learn. It's a bit like looking for your next Netflix series. You're kind of like, right, I finished that one. What am I going to watch now? And so you're kind of looking for, what am I going to learn now? What am I going to do now? How am I going to grow now? It will become a lifelong learning. And if you embrace it, if you recognize the advantages of it, you're going to enjoy the process. You enjoy the process because this isn't just about achieving goals. It's about enjoying and doing pastimes and things that are authentically you. Find yourself some role models. This is number 7. Surround yourself with like-minded people. You need some role models. It's really helpful. Have a look for businesses, companies, people who do what you're interested in, and use them as role models, okay? Connect with people, maybe through the world of literature or social media, who are exemplar models of what they do. And by learning more about them, reading more about them, you'll begin to understand their journey, and that will encourage you in your journey too. So consider that. Engage in growth-oriented communities, join forums, join groups. Don't be shy, put it out there, get out there, become a part of the community, become a part of your tribe. You're a part of a tribe, but maybe you haven't joined them. You need to connect with your tribe. That's really important. And it will help your personal development and continued learning, because we learn so much from each other. We learn so much from a community, and we share as well. We are the student, we are the teacher. Build strong coping strategies. It's really important that you develop a strategy for coping. Look, things aren't going to go well. Sometimes you're going to encounter setbacks. Sometimes you're going to encounter stress. Don't just not have a strategy. You must always have a strategy at hand. Most of the people I speak to, I encourage, what is the one thing you do that you enjoy the most, that when you're doing it, you lose track of time? That's going to be your coping strategy. That's the thing you're going to do. So veer towards doing that when things get a bit tough, because believe me, transitioning can be tough. And growth mindset means that from time to time we take a break and we just renew our energy, come away from it, and then we come back renewed, refreshed, and ready to go for it again. Number 9, set realistic goals. That's really important. You're challenging yourself, but your goals need to be attainable. Set goals that are realistic and achievable. They may not be achievable overnight, but over time you can accomplish and do them. Don't set unrealistic goals. That's really important. And if you have a big goal that seems intimidating, break it down into smaller goals, and then break it down into lists of things to do. Tick them off. Now you're accomplishing. You're cooking on gas. You are doing this, okay? And focus on your improvement. Don't focus on how far you've got to go. Don't focus on the challenges. Focus on how much better you're getting at what you do. I'm really improving. Number 10, reflect and adjust. It's important that you have a regular opportunity to reflect, just to sit back, take some time to consider, how am I doing? What am I learning from this? How am I growing from this? Do I need to adjust my strategies? Is there anything else that I need to do? Listen, a journal is a wonderful place to do your reflection and to consider your adjustments. Stay flexible, as I've mentioned before. If something isn't working, be open to the fact that that might not be the way to go. Maybe you need to approach things from a different angle. And that is it. This is all about adaptability and a key growth mindset that will help you to grow and develop. My final thoughts on this are: cultivating a growth mindset is a continuous process that requires effort, reflection, and willingness to learn and grow. By embracing challenges, seeking feedback, celebrating your effort, and maintaining a love of learning, you can develop a mindset that not only embraces your abilities, but enriches them and enables you to grow stronger and to go further. Peace, love, and light to you. Bye for now.